Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. This is Dari talking. I hope you're doing really good. So today in this video we're going to talk about, I'm going to show you how to make African cinematic tone. You guys know about it, a film tones. If you used to watch African movies, especially this color you can get in from western country, from Africa, Western Africa, and most of Western Africa, they love doing this type of color grading. And also today I'm going to show you some of greatest technique how to create a very pure cinematic, starting with the bloom. You guys know about it, we call it glow, starting with the film grains and some of halation stuff. So I'm going to show you my great technique about this. Okay, without me wasting time, let me jump into the tutorial. But you guys subscribe my YouTube channel, please. Even if you never did so, please, I beg, I'm down over on your knees. I beg you to subscribe and like and comment and share to other people. All right, let's jump into the tutorial. But before that, people who just bought my loot, let me just show you how you can do how you can work on my LUTs very quickly. If you are going to use a Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve, let me show you how to use this LUT. Okay, now we are into DaVinci Resolve. I want to show you guys, if you just bought my LUT package, you know, a lot of people, they ask, how do we use your LUT? Because it's a bit complicated. So like they want, you know, a lot of people, when they come in, they bought your LUT, one of the things that they want is they want to apply the LUT and get a result just like that. My LUT, it doesn't work like that. This is a look DNA, and I also have a Skintone LUT here. So you guys, if you are just using my LUT wrong and you are just only apply, you're going to see something is not right. Is it because you didn't do a writing? What you need to do, if you're going to use DaVinci or Premiere Pro or Final Cut, this is the thing that you need to do. First, you need to convert your footage from log format to standard format. It doesn't matter which way you are going to use. If you are going to do a manually contrast issues, or you're going to do automatically by using color space transformations, is up to you. But all in all, that we need is to get the picture in perfect levels so that you can apply a LUT after that. And there is a two way of using this LUT. One way you can use it outside of a color space, and another way you can use inside of color space, and it's a very different way of using. Okay, let me start with a simple thing, and then I'm going to jump on the complicated thing. So what the first you need to do is make sure your picture, it doesn't look flat. So I'm going to contrast the picture overall. I'm going to increase the shadow. I'm going to put the highlights so that the pictures can look livelier. I'm going to pull my gain a little bit, my gain up, my gamma down, have it is, and coming into shadow, bring the shadow to create the contrast. Is the thing that I'm doing here is playing with the picture to make it look, to take that flat look. Now the way it looks now, it looks really good. So this is it. So another thing that I'm going to do is just come in here and increase the saturation at the level that you want it to be. If you can leave it like that, it's okay, it doesn't matter. If you can just increase the saturation, also it's okay. So I'm going to increase the saturation overall 100%, just like this. So here at the third note is where I just apply my LUTs. When I satisfy with everything, like, let me also increase gamma again so the picture get be bright. Okay, after doing everything here, you can choose a LUT that you want. You see the pictures now, the way it look before and after, it's a very nice change. So you can choose any look that you prefer, like this one. This is look 4. I use this often when I want to make a commercial grade, but these pictures look very cinematic, so you can't get the commercial thing in this. All right, so they look, this one, look 8, look 9, look 10, look 11. This is all type of look from this image, and it has a very beautiful looks. I kind of like looks 12 is really looking good. So as you can see, it's really looking good. So you can do a little bit of a twisting, like I want to increase this, embarrass this, but the look then is giving you starting points. You can even use the saturation to make it look more cinematic, or if you want to do further option, you can do like this. You just do whatever you feel to do, as long as you make it a good thing. So yeah, this is the way I using this LUT, and you see it's very beautiful. It's give me perfect results. So I'm going to show you another way, which is my often using that way. I don't use so much this way, but this is the easiest way you can use if you don't know so much about it. You can come by my masterclass. I have a masterclass tutorial which is explained deeply about using LUTs as a professional. Alright, let me jump into the basic tutorial. Alright, so let's now do our main tutorial. The reason of this tutorial, doing an African cinematic tone like the Netflix movie. You see that the Netflix movie, you guys saw the movie like Africa, the Woman King, stuff like that. A lot of Western movie. So I'm gonna start with the color space transformations. I put it over here. This was shot on Blackmagic 6K, I think, something like that. I don't know, but I'm going to use Blackmagic Film Generation 5. This is beautiful. I'm going to use sRGB. You guys know about this. These days I don't use Rec 79 no more. It's a beautiful way, and I feel like, okay, this is the way that I love it, and it give me better results. Alright, so in here I'm going to add another color space transformation, and here I'm going to also using Cineon film, so that I can use a film look codec 2380. And here is going to my favorite LUT, which is Rec 79 codec 2383 D55. This is a beautiful thing that I often love to use. So these three nodes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a compound node, which is I'm going to merge them. I'm going to put them together so that I don't want a lot of node on my floor. Alright, into this node, what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave a node number 1, which is going to be our noise reductions, because noise reduction is everything. It's very important to the color grading. It's not necessary, but it's very important. It's cleaning some noising and stuff like that. Okay, what I'm going to do first thing, let me show you. Today is a very beautiful tutorial. Trust me, it's a very beautiful tutorial. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the contrast. Let me show you. The picture is a very bit down, but the reason I make contrast is like I want to split the picture and then control the balance, you see. So this is why I often like to start with the contrast. So one of a big contrast that I use is 1.1. So this is the big contrast that I use. You see what it does is splitting my picture, and also this contrast is taking down the saturation of a picture, and I really don't want a super saturation picture to this video. And then I'm going to deal with the exposure. So I'm going to increase a little bit of this one and gamma a little bit, taking the highlight down. I don't want a lot of highlights. I'm going to take the light down, so the exposure should arrange the proper. The shadow like this part is because I want to deal with the midtone. The midtone is to be pop more than the shadow from the background. You see now we get something. This is the type of data, this is the type of look that I wanted, and it's really beautiful. This is the one what I wanted. I don't want the over saturation thing or over thing like that. The other thing, this is the kind of look, and I'm getting the, it's not like a finisher. There's something else I have to do, but this is like a starting point. All right, now we are jumping to do to make our look. There is no reason for me to do a saturation, but I have one thing that I want to do. Is a very beautiful thing. All right, there is something more I want to do in this picture, and it's really going to make it looks very beautiful. It's to make the picture looks very stronger. Have you ever seen about the picture? You see it's very strong, bold, and it's very, I don't know what I can say, but it's very stronger. So this thing is going to help to make your picture look really stronger. The contrast, it's super contrasted, but you can see it doesn't hurt the picture. This is what I'm doing. I'm coming here to the detail. I'm going to increase the detail just like this, and I'm going to play with this thing going to bring it all the way over, because if I put it this, it's going to work as it sharpens. This is contrast pop, so I'm going to pull it to make it looks very bold, and when the final result is going to be look very bold, and it's type of look like it's going to look like the pictures has been made with the AI. Someone has told me about it. So the picture, why the picture looks like it's been made on AI? What did you do? So sometimes I do these things, and I'm going to clean up the shadow with the threshold like this to the low threshold, so it doesn't hurt, and also the highlights. And I'm going to soft a little bit, and then I'm going to reduce a little bit to 100. So look now. Look at before. It's not too much, very race, but the picture, it's really looking nice. Look at before and after. It really looks strong, and everything look very good, and it doesn't look aggressive. Look at the picture the way it is before and after. Something in there you can notice quickly. So before we continue further, I have a masterclass tutorial. You guys, if you ever heard about it, I have a masterclass tutorial. I have this LUTs package that I'm telling you every day. I have a DCT house plugins, and I also selling power grids. And let me tell you about one thing. I hate people working with the people that are annoying. So if you come into me seriously and you believe my job, you believe my work, you believe in my ability, you just trade on me and believe in what we do. I don't like working with the people that we don't trust each other. It's happened for me so many times, and I'm really sad about this thing. If you love it, you love it, and we do it as a friend and family. But don't come on me and doing some nasty to me, because God is going to punish you. I'm a God person. I'm a God child. So if I do sad, everything is going to be sad around you. All right. Into the look, as I told you, I'm going to use different LUTs of mine. So I'm going to choose the one that's working better, but I'm not working here. I'm going to make a note. So here, what I'm going to delete, I'm going to add another note, and I'm going to reduce intensity. The reason why I'm reducing intensity when I apply my LUTs is it because I'm apply LUTs inside of a color space, and this is what I mentioned before. You guys need to apply LUTs inside of a color space, and this is what happened. So you see that, like the way that we working before, we apply LUTs outside of a color space, and this is why we leave it 100%. But is it because we are doing inside, we don't want the intensity or the overdoing this as LUT? So you have to do this way. So if you guys bought my LUTs, this way is going to be easy for you. So I'm going to look at the LUTs that are working nice to me. I want something that's give me a little bit of warm, not cold. Something like this. Oh, this is beautiful. All right, so I feel like this is giving me a better result, but I'm not going to do in here. I want to do in period stuff. So whenever I'm going to do or twisting beyond that, it's not going to change the color of a. It's not going to change the color of a LUT, or not going to affect the root. So what I think I want to do is pulling my not lift. Let me use log. Put my shadow into greenish pot so that I can have a good separation, and also like this I have a very further separation. Look how beautiful we create. So look at the before and after. We do a little bit of aspiration or splitting thing. So I'm going to reduce the intensity because I really want to enjoy that's warm. So it's going to be a very less effect, like 0.3, stuff like that. And also I'm going to increase I'm going to use shadow to pull off to make it look washed out, because the cinematic often looks washed out. This is it. So I'm going to deal with the skin tone. I'm going to qualify the skin like this, boom, and I'm going to denoise it. Alright, so I'm going to reduce range of it, so I'm going to also reduce the intensity 1.5. Here I'm going to use one of my Skintone LUTs until I'm getting that darky chocolate skin tone. This is it. Look at this skin tone. Look, skin tone number 2 is really working awesome. This is for white people. Skin 5, skin 6. I really love skin 6. It looks very, very, very beautiful. Skin 9. Wow. Oh my God. This is the skin tone that I want. This is the type of skin that I want. So I'm going to reduce intensity something like 0.3. Look at the skin tone. Look at before the skin tone was yellowish. Now the skin tone looks very chocolate and oh my God, I can't even talk much. Let me put 0.2 to be very less. Look at the beautiful of a picture that we got from the skin. Look how perfect it is. So after doing so, there's something else I want to do to make this picture look very, 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 very amazing. All right, I'm going to do effective to make the picture looks very very pure cinematic. So I'm going to create these things. First, I'm going to create a bloom. I'm going to show you how to create a perfect bloom. I'm going to create halations without using any 3D plugins, and also I'm going to finish with the grains. This is a pure cinema that I'm going to do here. Stay tuned. Alright, so this is a type of look that we just made. Look at before, look at after, where we they from. It's a very, 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 very far away that's where they from, and it's a very less process that I've done. Okay, let me just do the magic of cinematic touch. Alright, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to the radius. I'm going to increase the blur overall, so that picture is looking very, very blur. I'm going to increase somewhere around here. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the composite mode to something like screen. That's this one. So what it's going to do is going to affect the highlight, and it is going to bloom it. So when I pull down is where I reduce the spread of halation, I mean the spread of a glow. So I'm going to, some people using glow plugs, but to me, when I want to create some bloom thing, to use this is very nice and perfect. So I'm going to bring back the shadow so that we can get the contrast. So the bloom is only going to affect the highlights and bring back the shadow the way it was. So here is where I do twisting a little bit, like I'm just check it out to where I can put it like too much spread or less spray, just like that, like that. And it's too much, I kill it too much and reduce to get the bloom. Look at the more cinematic that we do, the pure cinema that we've done. So I'm going to reduce, I'm going to increase this. I want so much spread, like look at the spread now. Look around this part, the way the glowing things has been done. Look at before, look at after. It's very, 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 very mixed. And I'm going to reduce intensity, so I don't want to over effect. So it's going to be very, very race and neutral. So you're going to check it out to which opacity is perfect. Like this opacity, like this is very less. It's beautiful. Let me a little bit increase so that you guys could see on post very, very, very could see very, very, very. So another thing that I'm going to do is just bring the halations, instead of using halation plug. I'm going to use something like this chromatic. I'm going to deal with the halations. This is the plug that I use to do halation. So I'm going to increase some of these, play around with this until I see it's giving me something like some, you know, the halation, the way they do is giving us a little bit of a lining, so the texture. So let me focus, like look at this part, look at this part, look at before, look at after, the way this stuff will give us. So this is it. So I'm going to reduce intensity, not too much. The reason why I do reduce intensity because I want a very less of effect. So the last thing that I'm going to do to finish the rest of our today to creating pure cinematic grading is a DCTR preset. So as I told you, I have so many presets, not so much like other people. The other people, they have they packet, but mine's are really awesome. This is a few of them, but it's a really good DCTR. So I'm going to start with the film grain. So this is give us some texture to the picture, and it makes the picture look cinematic. Look at the grains, look at before, look at after. It give us some very look this cinematic. It's very look filmic. Look at before, look at after. Now let's do a review over this grade, where we from until now. The last one is about doing a noise reduction, so they're not necessary for me to do noise reduction for the sake of a tutorial, and for the sake of my PC it's too small about it. All right, this is after productions. Let me bypass everything and start from scratch. This is what I'm going to inside of it, and this is all right. So let me also bypass this and go back, bypass and go in. All right, this is car space transformation. I convert the footage from a Blackmagic Car Senses to output display, which was sRGB instead of Break 79, and this is my output. If you can see to my settings, it looked like this. And then another thing is film Xenon film. So that's the kind of footage looks a Break 79, and then this is a film codec. So another thing that I did is I did contrast. I just did the contrast to put the contrast. Another thing that I did is just I balance my exposure, and then I also do a cleaning my shadow by using shadow, and also I used this HDR, contrast pop, to make the picture look bold and strong. And then another thing is I apply my LUTs, and my LUTs is give me like this. Look, it's very beautiful, but I was like, let me push more further my picture, and this is what I've done. It's like I did a splitting a little bit because the picture was a little bit of yellow, so that was decided to pull it the green side because this is what I want us to have to my product. And then I did my skin tone LUTs. It's give me the chocolate and dark skin tone for the skin. And then also I used minced to make a blue, and then I used halations, and the last was grains. This is only the nodes that I used. I left other node which wasn't not as necessary, but it was necessary. Sometimes I used here to do a saturation, and sometimes I use here to do a white balance, but there's no option of doing me something at the meantime. I already get what I wanted, and this is what I wanted. Thanks very much for watching this video. This is Director Kim. I hope you really enjoyed the video. The video was awesome. One of the greatest tutorial that I made. Even myself, I'm happy today that I made this tutorial, and I promise I'm going to come with the biggest tutorial. Trust me, ever and ever. I'm always coming with a big thing. You stay tuned. See you on next tutorial.